Hello, dear ones. Welcome to another mystery transmission. In case you haven't seen my videos before, my name is Danisa, and my purpose is to challenge myself to be fully here, in the now, fully authentic, standing in my truth as much as I can, and in this way guiding and empowering you to do the same. So usually I do not prepare anything beforehand. What I prepare is myself, my own body. I do my best to come here in front of you, open, empty, so the transmission that wants to come can fully come through an open body. And that is not easy. So for example, today I was having one of those days full of personal stuff, full of personal feelings, stuckness, and I was having a lot of resistance showing up on camera. So that's why I'm saying I'm challenging myself first and foremost. Because I'm in it as well. I'm living it while I'm teaching it to others. And I said, you know what, I'll just do some emotional release. I was just sitting with my own personal issues. And then I said, yeah, I'll show up on camera and whatever happens, happens. So whenever I record something, it doesn't necessarily need to end up on YouTube. Even though so far, every day, all of the videos have. And they're not perfect. I'm so proud that I can see the lessons after each video. I can see where I was still stuck, where I wasn't allowing myself to be there fully. What can be improved, and all these not from how to say it doesn't come with force. It doesn't come with an I have to get better at something. It just comes with this is the gap between who I am currently and who I want to be. And it's showing on camera. Like some of the things are really showing. And I can take them in, I can attune, and I can also recognize that with some of these things, I'm actually not ready to fully embrace the version of me who I want to become. Like there's still maybe a larger gap. And nowadays I can be patient. So I can just observe, I can just notice. And I can be patient with myself. So as you might have noticed by now, this is part of the transmission itself, of what wanted to be shared. Now I'm attuning, I'm going deeper on the inside of my own body. And I'm starting to listen. I'm starting to listen if there are any parts of my body speaking right now through different sensations, through different feelings. And it's usually that way where, for me, the wisdom comes out. So it starts small, as I shared earlier, either from a personal struggle or from the physiology itself. I call them parts, like a part of my body that is giving me signals. Maybe it's through pain, maybe it's through pleasure. Whatever physiological sensation is alive. For example, right now I'm feeling some heaviness. That's what I would describe it right now. Heaviness in my solar plexus. For me, this has been one of the areas that continuously has something to say. And what I do is I don't allow them to take over. I am the one who is listening and choosing how much attention do I want to pay. So right now, the interpretation that I'm having on this heaviness is that it's kind of blocking the life force, the energy inside to like fully move and come out. So for example, when I'm in full creativity, full inspiration mode, I can feel a lot of, we can call it eros, life force, aliveness that is kind of buzzing in my body, but it's in my whole body, the whole body, my whole being as one organism that is aligned, that is attuned to wisdom itself. And now I'm using the word wisdom. I also like to use the word truth, love. Depending on your tradition, it can be God. It can be a higher being, higher purpose, higher self. And right now, when I'm feeling that one part of my body is louder, it can kind of want to take over. So by listening to it, I'm giving it a voice because I believe each part has their own wisdom to share, its own concerns. While I'm not losing myself in it, while I remember I am more than it. I am this whole being. And maybe one of the ways that I'm doing it, sometimes I do it from the mind, which is completely normal in the beginning, like we are kind of creating a story around it. And in the end, everything is stories. Because we want to include the mind is collaborating with us. So yes, on one side, everything is a story. But in order to not get lost in the stories, it's coming back into the body. it's almost like listening with the whole body. By breathing or by expanding the breath into the whole body. So again, in the beginning, this can be a story, a sort of like imagination. We are imagining, but then we drop it down and we actually feel it. We can actually feel how we breathe into the whole body at once. And this can take some practice. And it also has to do a lot with mind-body integration. So we don't get lost in either of them, but we bring them together. And in this way, my whole being is now almost like holding this one part that is my solar plexus, that is my heaviness. And I continue to breathe in my whole body. But now I also send a part of the breath there. I also send my main focus, my main attention goes into this heaviness. So I hope that while I was sharing all this, you were also attuning into your own body. And if not, that's also perfectly fine. Just listening, watching first. And you can either go into your own body afterwards and experiment and explore, or we can take a few more minutes now where I invite you to start by noticing your breath. If it has a location, a place in the body for you, maybe it's just at the level of the nostrils, maybe it's somewhere else. And now I invite you to bring the mind in, the imagination, the creativity, and to imagine how this breath is expanding towards each and every one of your cells. And if you are able to have an embodied feeling of this, that is great. And if not, it will come with practice. know if there's any area in your body that is calling for your attention, that you feel is like kind of shouting. You can choose right now. Do you want to pay attention, to listen to what it has to say? Or if you do not feel ready, that's okay as well. It's not bypassing, even though it can be. But with these conscious practices, we can choose our level of readiness. So take a few more minutes to either give some attention to one of these areas that are speaking right now, or if not, continuing to imagine breathing through your whole body, or actually feeling the breath expanding in your whole body. And now, taking your time to come out of this practice and integrate. You can still keep your eyes closed, but now noticing the after effects. So now your attention is less focused on one specific area or on the whole body, but it's almost like scanning different parts and noticing how they feel now after this practice. So for example, in my case, noticing a relaxation on my forehead. I'm noticing a relaxation in my jaw. Relaxation in my shoulders. And I'm also noticing some areas that could use more relaxation, like my spine. And just taking all this in, in whatever way it looks now. Embracing what is, maybe even giving yourself a hug if you if that is your truth, if you find that supportive. And if you haven't opened your eyes already, coming back to this shared space. And if you do need extra support, please check out the description, see if currently there are ways to work with me. I'm wishing you a really good day. Sending hugs.